Gyms are open again. Many people are excited to get back into a routine or just simply to get moving after a year of not being able to do it. At the same time, restaurants and bars are opening up, giving people the chance to get out and enjoy their favorite meals. So as you start to get back out there, you may wonder, can I have my cake and eat it too? All right. Well, what we want to do is we want to talk about that in today's To Your Wellbeing, a healthy post-pandemic lifestyle. Jamie Athis is the wellness director at Cone Health. She's joining us to talk about moving into that healthy post-pandemic lifestyle. And hey, Jamie, just kind of like, jog our memories. What was the pandemic lifestyle like that may need a transition?
Sure. So probably most of us were spending a lot more time indoors, not moving as much as we're used to, or really moving very little, and also making healthy or unhealthier food choices. So probably maybe snacking more often, eating at a schedule that wasn't like our normal schedule.
Yes, I think as you were talking, we were all going check, 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 all of those boxes. All right, so let's start with how do we reignite ourselves to do this, add a routine. Let's start with exercise, and let's talk about the impact that the long periods of not exercising can have on our health.
Sure. So the first thing you want to make sure is if you've missed an annual physical, those preventive screenings, you really want to make sure you schedule those, because before you start exercise, if you've never done it before, you want to make sure everything's okay. And then you really want to start slow. So if you leave with anything, I want you to remember some is better than none. We often think, well, gosh, when a year ago I was doing this, or I used to be able to, run for 40 minutes, or I did a 5K, and really just start slow. If you can get outside with a 15-minute walk, that is better than none. And then, embrace a little bit of soreness. This is definitely not let's jump in and go, all or none, but you are going to have a little bit of soreness if you have been inactive. So embrace a little bit of that soreness. If you can get outdoors and get some fresh air, our physical activity and exercise is not only beneficial for our physical health, but has a huge impact on our mental health. So really getting outdoors, getting some fresh air, it's going to also help our mood and our sleep and our mental and emotional health.
All right, you mentioned soreness there, so then that makes me say, okay, when we are sore in that second or third day, what we usually want to do is then sit on the couch. But it actually makes you feel better if you got up and you moved again.
Yes, we call that DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, and the best thing you can do is try to do a little bit of movement. It will help it to get out. Make sure you're drinking lots of water. Do some stretching, but you're right. The more inactive you are, the harder that is. And also you don't feel so good when it's like that. So, go into this slowly so you don't get so sore that you say, oh gosh, why did I do that again? But also, the key is to just get started, right? Just go through the motions so you get a little bit of movement in.
And I think that we probably have the negative thoughts that run through our heads like, well, I just can't do it, or I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow turns into next week, which turns into next month. And already we've been sitting for too long.
Definitely. Try to exercise with a buddy. So people that exercise make exercise social or more than twice as likely to do it. So maybe that's your dog, your neighbor, a family member, it's just anyone. If you can try to start with somebody else, then you're more likely not to be able to cancel it or say, oh gosh, I'll push that off to next week.
All right, we're going to be talking more about this and about how your diet comes into play as well. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.